Hello folks, Stephen here. Today I'm in Dunfermline. Now Dunfermline is a lovely little town about 20 minutes away from Edinburgh. Often overlooked by tourists, I might add. But from a historical point of view, it's an absolute gold mine. And this is Dunfermline Abbey behind me. If you just look up there, it's back to front I think, but it says King Robert. Now the church behind me is the resting place of Robert the Bruce, the King of Scotland in the 1300s. It's also the resting place of Queen Margaret, who is now known as Saint Margaret, and King David I. It also has a royal palace over there. That's a monastery, palace is behind it, and that was the birthplace of King Charles I. So hope you enjoyed today's tour of Dunfermline, and please subscribe to my channel. So folks, here we have Dunfermline Abbey. This architectural masterpiece was built in 1128 under the orders of King David I, who was the son of Malcolm Canmore. So David I was a very religious man, and he wanted to build a shrine to his mother, Queen Margaret, who is also buried here and is now known as Saint Margaret. And down here we have, on the left we have the old monastery, and on the right we have the remains of the royal palace. So this was the home to King James VI, and he actually put an extension on the right hand side there. I can't really see because of the sun. But yeah, he gifted this to his wife, Anne of Denmark. So let's go through the fence a little bit. Sadly it's closed at the moment due to COVID, but yeah, and there's the old monastery there. And then you can see the old church, which dates back to 1128. And then behind it you can see the word Bruce, and that is the new church. And that's where Robert the Bruce is actually buried. He's under the altar in that church. That church there was built in 1818. So, and in 1600, King Charles I was born in there, in the castle, in the palace. Sorry. Well, there's a little sign that tells you. So King Charles I was the king who was executed for treason by Oliver Cromwell in 1649. There we go there. A lot of famous kings, old Scottish kings buried here. King David I, Robert the Bruce, Saint Margaret or Queen Margaret. Look at the old stonework there. And then there's a better picture of the abbey, sorry, the monastery. And I'll just take you around and show you the shrine of Saint Margaret. Oh. There's a better view of the monastery there. Incidentally, this is open to the public normally, and if you have a Historic Scotland pass, it's free. There we go. Look at the difference in architecture between the two buildings jutted together. And there's a beautiful doorway here. The old stonework, a bit like Dunblane. Yeah. And then we can just turn around here, you'll just see views across to Edinburgh and the River Forth. You see the bridges there. And then we're just going to take you around to the shrine of St Margaret. Not much to look at now, but best part of 1,000 years ago it would have been absolutely stunning, with gold leaf and beautiful silk and ribbon all over it. There's actually a picture of what it actually looked like. And as we just come round here, you'll start to see a pinkish ochre coloured building, and that's the abbot's house. And this is the shrine of St Margaret. Not quite how it would have looked 1,000 years ago, more like that. And in the background you have, as I said, the abbot's house. That dates to around about the 1500s and would have been used for pilgrims coming to visit the church, coming to see the shrine of St Margaret, and maybe heading off to St Andrews as well. And just as we come round here, I want to show you a beautiful looking building. It's the city chambers in Dunfermline. Kind of wouldn't look out of place in Gotham City. Look at that. So it's definitely worth a little walk around Dunfermline. It's a beautiful place. And if you go in that building there, you'll be able to see the grave of Robert the Bruce. It's not the original headstone, that was defaced around about the time of the Reformation in the 1500s. But what's in its place is beautiful. It's in a sort of red marble. But what a peaceful place just to come and walk about in. I feel so relaxed. There we go, there's the city chambers again. Beautiful. And here we have the monastery and the abbey from a different angle. This is down by the car park leading down to Andrew Carnegie's house, and then there's the modern one in the background there. And we should be able to see the word King. So just down from the palace and the abbey we have this little cottage here, and this is the birthplace of Andrew Carnegie, the Scottish American steel magnate. He was born here in 1835 and moved to the United States when he was about 12, and just down across here, this building here is a museum and it's free. So you can go in there and you can actually go into the house where Carnegie was born. Now if you look at these two cottages, it's the one on the left, and he was born in up the stairs on the left hand window. That was the whole family's living quarters, just up the stairs there. The ground floor was his father's little office. In the front room and in the back room was his looms for doing his weaving. And this house here would have been a next door neighbour. It now is the disabled entrance if you have a wheelchair or something. But so, birthplace of Andrew Carnegie, 1835. So just a short walk from Andrew Carnegie's birthplace. We turn round here and we head down here. There's a little gate here. This is all part of the old palace here, the Nether Yett. This is all part of it here. And then we walk down into the beautiful park, Pittencrieff Park. And this is a stunning wooded walk along the side of the river, and takes us to the old roundhouse, which is a castle, I suppose, of King Malcolm. He lived here in the 1000s. So we'll just walk down this little path here and catch up with you in a minute. So I've just walked down the little hill here from Andrew Carnegie's, and we stumble across a beautiful waterfall. Look at this. Isn't that stunning? That looks like a peacock. Isn't that majestic? So definitely recommend a walk through Pittencrieff Park in Dunfermline. It's absolutely remarkable. It's a bit of a nature trail as well. And just along here, further along, is Wallaces Well. So just keep walking along here. It's a little, looks like a little cave almost, but there's a little well. A little well on the other opposite side of the river, so I won't be going across it. During the summer times, it's the water's really low, and it's worth walking across it. Oh, I'm getting ambushed. Oh, there's another one, look. Hello, little guy. Hello. Hello. Is this your park? Sorry. Squirrels are galore here. Look at what a cool little dude. So folks, here we have it. This is Wallaces Well here. Look at that. Apparently this was discovered in 1906 when they were doing renovations. Apparently William Wallace visited here with his mother in about 1303 to visit St Margaret's Shrine up in the Abbey, and he'd probably used this to hide as well. It's a little cave. Rather fascinating, isn't it? Yeah, that would have been 2 years before he was captured. What does this little thing say here? Near this spot, William Wallace is thought to have taken refuge and sustenance while fleeing. Interesting. Now, as we come along here, if you look on the right hand side, it's all like the rock is starting to take some sort of formation. Now, I don't know for sure, I reckon this is something to do with King Malcolm's little kingdom that he had round here in the 1000s. So if you look at that, that's like steps leading up to something, and then this looks like proper walls here, like maybe some sort of tunnel or something. This leads us up to King Malcolm's Tower. Oh, look at this bridge! My God! Wait to see this bridge. It doesn't look. It looks medieval, but not as old as King Malcolm's. That looks like 1600s. Look at that next to the little waterfall. Isn't that remarkable? Lovely little bridge. And then if we look up there, we're starting to see Dunfermline Abbey through the trees. So, moving up from the cave, the waterfall, look at this, it's definitely part of the structure of King Malcolm's palace, because if we just come round here, there's a little cave here. Isn't this so cool? Absolutely love to go inside there. I should have worn better shoes, but hey ho. Oh, someone's had a party in there. Okay, now look at these steps. Oh, it's a bit slippy. Where's this taking us? Oh, it's another cave. Look at this. This is remarkable. Pretty sure this is the bit that takes us to King Malcolm's Tower. There we have Dunfermline Abbey. Gorgeous. More about that in a minute. Here we go. This takes us, excuse my heavy breathing, this takes us up to Malcolm Canmore's Tower. The tower was adopted at an early date for the Borough Arms of Dunfermline. Dates back to 1069. Okay, let's go and have a look. There's not that much to see. It's basically the foundations of a much larger structure, but at least you know where it is. 1069. What did they know about building in 1069 that they didn't know in 2020? Where buildings only last 40 years. Here we go, Malcolm Canmore's Tower, King Malcolm. Isn't that beautiful? Imagine if you were flying the wall over the years. I'll maybe put you up high.